Well, first of all, it all started about 5-6 years ago. When I was traveling around as a model, I don't know, I ended up starting getting these emails from people just asking me about health, fitness, which agencies to go to, which countries were best, how did I do this, how did I do that, and I was just emailing back. And then over time I started to realize, you know what, like, people need some information. And then I realized when I started, I didn't have anybody to help me as well. And so the whole process started about 4 or 5 years ago. And it was just one of those, I just knew there was a need for something. And when I came to Malaysia, I realized that it was a big, big need. When I was working with clients, they were asking me about talent, about agency, about different agencies around the world that could bring their models here. And I realized that actually there's a lot of talent in Malaysia, but for some reason that nobody's really giving them the information, or should I say, in my opinion, the correct information to really help them progress, whether that's locally or internationally. So yeah, a few reasons. The main one being that I saw a really big potential in people here to progress, to change, to improve their careers, based on my experience and my knowledge, which is really cool, and I love the fact that I'm helping people. So it's a big passion, So I have my company is called Rollmodels, and I have the Rollmodels Create and the Rollmodels Academy. The Rollmodels Create is a company that deals with branding. So we look at branding other businesses. We do photo shoots, video shoots, we build websites, graphic design, we do logos, and we help them build their branding based on all those elements, which is very visual stuff. Yeah, it's very creative, very visual things. And I've built up a team over the last 2 years now who are all experts in what they do. Graphic design, photography, videography, editing, styling, and everything's really coming together, and the Rollmodels Create company is really starting to kickstart now. And that's just crazy, insane, and I love it. And really, really pleased, really happy, yeah. Well, 5 years initially is to make this business as good as I can. Also to develop the academy. But not only that, I've got to stop putting so much pressure on business, because I sometimes get so much focus that I forget about myself. And recently I became a little bit sick, and I was off ill for about 3 or 4 days and couldn't eat, sick every day, and it made me realign some focus. And I think sometimes we need that, just to sit back, and I've now realized that I need to take some lifestyle changes as well. So in the next 5 years, it's definitely going to be business orientated, but also my own personal lifestyle, how I want to live my life. For example, getting up every morning, going to the gym rather than coming straight to the office. Going on holiday, even if it's just for 2 days every month. The fantastic thing about being in Asia is that I can do that, and it's fairly cheap. So I've got to take some priorities for myself, because when I'm looked after for myself, then I can also then bring more to my businesses and more to the people that I'm dealing with. Nothing worse than dealing with people and being stressed. You're not going to help them, and you're certainly not helping yourself. So yeah, it's been a nice shift. It's been a nice shift the last couple of weeks, and I'm excited to really explore that lifestyle and vision for going forward over the next 5 years, definitely. Yeah. With the student, we're very new, so we've just had the Academy weekend, which was your big break, and absolutely went fantastically. Could never ask for something better than that, especially for our first seminar weekend. So we had nearly 100 people turn up. We've had sign-ups, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to working with those new students. Some of them have experience, some of them don't. The people who we were working with before this weekend, a few of them were new into the industry. One of them was a 44-year-old man who you would never think would start modelling, and we transformed him because of his new dream, his new target. We helped somebody gain so much confidence in just one photo shoot. And for me, all these different levels, all these different people, it just keeps inspiring me to just help and to just keep going with the academy. So different levels, everybody's at different levels, and we've understood that from the academy point of view, and what I know and what I've learned over time is that everybody is different. And you have to have the same foundation of knowledge, but really it's got to be pinpointed to each individual. So that's what the academy is about. Yeah, bringing the individual out for their unique selling point. I mean, if you're doing branding, you have to know unique selling points, and it's the same for people as well as business. I know so many models who are really extremely intelligent. They know exactly what they want. They're going for it. They're using their beauty, and I agree with that completely. You know, you've got to use what you've got. You know, each of us have individual skills and techniques. People can talk very well, people can look like they do, they've got the knowledge of something. You know, you've got to use what you've got. And at the end of the day, beauty attracts people. It does. And it's not being superficial about it, it's just the honest truth. You know, everybody wants to look as good as they can. And use it, you know, but use it wisely. And don't be arrogant about it, but have confidence in what you have. And that goes for everybody, really. But beauty and brains, of course it exists. The myth is flawed with many examples. So what I want to do is, over this next 5-10 years, is really help the industry here in Malaysia, help the people who want to become something, who want to be successful, and my experience, my knowledge, and the team that I have can really help people build their branding, look at their niche, look at their portfolios, their Polaroids, their videos. We can create that whole branding experience for them so that they can become more professional. So really exciting times. I've been in the industry now for 10 years, and quite frankly, before I set up the Role Models Academy, I did a lot of research, a lot of information about the industry. I tried to find my competition. I tried to see who else was doing what I wanted to do. And in actual fact, anywhere in Malaysia or even in the world, nobody's doing what we're doing right now. And that's really exciting for me. That's really exciting for the people who come to these events, and also the new students who actually have just signed up for the Role Models Academy Mentorship Program. I'm Carl Graham. Thanks for watching Business Models.